What inspires the wardrobe as you arrive to the stadium?
I don't know. I think it's the only time of the week where you can actually express who you are and what you like rather than on the field. I like fashion. I'm French, so it's something about I don't know if it's in the gene or what, but I like to dress well and I like to enjoy picking an outfit and looking good. And there's a say like you look good, you feel good, you play good. So the chicken one was just more like a fun one because it was the last home game of the season. It was closer to Halloween. I was like, I'm just gonna dress up like that.
Hello, welcome to the United Soccer Lounge. My name is Riley James. This is Goals TV, and this is the episode we interviewed Florian Valot. We're super excited to welcome him here. I'm about to read his resume, and as I was reading it, I'm like, there's a couple things that might confuse a lot of people, especially if you're new to watching USL. So, two things just off the jump. Florian Valot played in Major League Soccer with the New York Red Bulls and FC Cincinnati. He won the Supporters Shield in 2018 with the Red Bulls. I'm part of a team that was just fantastic. Sacha Kljestan, Bradley Wright Phillips, so many great players. 2 years before that, in 2016, the New York Red Bulls 2 won the USL Cup. Now, the USL Cup, in its current existence today, is the official name of the USL Jägermeister Cup, which of course is the interleague competition between championship clubs and League One clubs. Back then in 2016, the USL Cup was mirrored after MLS Cup, which would be, of course, the conclusion and the finale to the playoff structure for the league. So very different competitions. So that's one thing. And the New York Red Bulls 2 competed in USL Championship. The second teams for a lot of MLS clubs, not all of them, but a lot, competed on the USL stage. Like, it was weird back then. You can go and Google. It was a wild time for everybody. So that's two things I wanted to clear up right away. But he is, very experienced when it comes to American soccer. 154 appearances and 22 goals in the USL Championship with Red Bulls 2, with Miami FC, and of course with Loudoun United. He comes back for his second season in Virginia. We talk about a lot of things. We talk about what the U.S. offers foreign-based players. We talk about Loudoun, how they got better over the winter and how they plan to come out and have a better season this year. We talked about his experience level and being a veteran in the locker room. And we talk about his wardrobe, which is a very large topic of a conversation among people that love Loudoun United. So plenty of talk about everything with Florian. We could not be more thankful that he gave some time to hang out with us. But if you like this show, you can check it out. We are, of course, on goals.tv. It's where you're watching this thing right now. But if you don't have an account, make one. Subscribe, like it, comment, do all the things. And it really make my bosses happy, and it would really make me happy to keep getting checks. So we're really, really thankful you decided to hang out with us today. Whether you do it once, whether you do it a lot more, we're thankful that you're here right now. So major shout out to you, major shout out to Florian Valot, and our interview starts right now. Please welcome to the program a man who was in the PSG and Monaco youth academies, an MLSer with New York Red Bulls and FC Cincinnati, a 2018 Supporter Shield winner with those Red Bulls. And he's had 154 appearances, 22 goals in USL Championship between New York Red Bulls 2, Miami, and now Loudoun. Please welcome to the program, Florian Valot. Florian, thank you so much for making time, man. How are you?
Hi, Raleigh. Thank you for having me. I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, you are a FIFA 19 legend, I have to say. You
I
were
remember,
very, very good.
I remember my friends telling me that. I'm not a big FIFA player, but I remember them talking about my card and all those things. I was like, okay, that's cool.
But, you know, real life soccer, these things have led you to Loudoun. We will talk about all of that today. First and foremost, you are a character when it comes to these outfits that are being worn, walking into the stadium, all these different things. I have a couple I'll cycle through while you're talking, but like the chicken one, and obviously it's the biggest one of all. But what inspires the wardrobe as you arrive to the stadium?
I don't know. I think it's the only time of the week where you can actually express who you are and what you like rather than on the field. I like fashion. I'm French, so it's something about I don't know if it's in the gene or what, but I like to dress well and I like to enjoy picking an outfit and looking good. And there's a say like you look good, you feel good, you play good. So The chicken one was just more like a fun one because it was the last home game of the season. It was closer to Halloween. I was like, I'm just gonna dress up like that. Made the people laugh, the teammate laugh, and it seems like they made the club laugh and the fans as well. So it was okay with me.
That was the first thing I saw when I started like the research stuff because we always go to the club's Instagram, we go to the players' Instagram, whatever. And I saw this photo. I'm like, I had to like have people talk me down from using that photo in our promotional material for this show. So we ended up
On
going with
there already, so it's okay.
we ended up going with a photo of you playing in the pitch. But it's really great and right like it shows a lot of personality. We always try to latch on to those shots of those players coming into the tunnel and obviously just seeing what you guys have. And like you said, fashion is such a big deal in France. You bring that over with you all these years in the United States. It's really great to see. But this is year two in Loudoun for you. You've been around the USL Championship before. This is your third stop. How's it feel coming back into camp after settling in after a year in Virginia?
Feels good. I was pretty happy with the season we had last year, even though we fell short of our expectation of making the playoffs. But there's something going around the club here, something we're building, and I'm really proud to be part of it, to keep pushing and to keep working towards the same goal. So I'm really excited about being back and keep on building on what we've done all last season.
Now you've been in camp for a bit. Preseason's just kicking off. We're chatting right before the season starts. How do you feel like this team got better? What improvements have been made?
The fact that we have 90%, 80, 90% of returning players, we have kind of a head start because we already know the way we want to play. And so compared to last year at the same point, it's night and day. Uh, and then we're making big stride forward to get ready for the first game in March 9th. So yeah, just working on the details that where we've and analyzing where we fell short last year and continuing to work on the things to progress and get better and be even more of a tougher team to play against.
And now I've had this conversation with other players about returning players and keeping a core together and familiarity in USL Championship in a league that is, I mean, you guys have so much turnover from team to team, but you return all of these guys. How important is it at this level to have that familiarity and to have that experience together as a club?
I think it's important. I think a successful team, in my opinion, from past experiences, is about the connection you make on the field, the bond you get you have with teammates, the understanding of playing with each other, understanding everybody's personality, everybody's style of play, and so we're not wasting. I'm not going to say wasting time, but we know each other already. We know how each other play, what's each other's strengths and weaknesses, and we don't spend that time learning. We just start from where we left off last year, and we keep pushing towards like making the details where we fell short again. What I said earlier, making those details a little bit better and making our team even stronger.
I mean, success comes from this familiarity and the returning players. And we saw Colorado with a lot of great players last year, Colorado Springs, that is. And Charleston had a lot of returning players. They went on to have really deep runs into the postseason. And I think,
Louisville as
having,
well. Louisville is a team
yeah,
that's been
Louisville.
there and then for a long time. Or they have key players that have been there forever, so they know the house, they know the system, they know the way they want to play, they know the culture. Loudoun is I'm not gonna say it's a new team, but it's a new team in the making in terms of having for the first time a good amount of players returning for a second year, and so that helps. That helps building, as you said, the connections, the bond, and when I'm talking about experiences, we won the USL Championship in 2016 with Red Bulls, the bond we had within the team was amazing, and those guys ended up going to the first team, and we saw the same kind of bond, and that's really really important and sometimes not talked enough
And a 2018 Supporter Shield with
as well. Yeah,
a same
of
group
course.
of guys, essentially.
Same guys, but also same group of guys that have been there in the first team for 2 3 years already. So yeah.
Yeah. Red Bull does it right. They got a lot of things happening all over the world, and especially here in the United States. You bounced around a little bit from USL Championship. Obviously, you just talked about being part of the second team for the Red Bulls, Miami, Loudoun. You've seen this league change, and now I've talked about this with a lot of players who have spent time in this league. So I want to get your perspective as well. You've seen this league change and evolve and turn into what it is today, which is a really it's a reputable second division in around the world when you compare it to the rest of places. Someone who's played in this league for a long time, how have you seen it change from your first year to now coming into 2025?
There's been some change. You see, like the sports is growing in the US. The quality is evolving. There's more and more players that come in and have so much quality. And I don't think we have anything to envy to other leagues around the world in terms of being a second division team. It's still as physical as it was, but now there's more technical players, more players with game understanding, and the pace of it is much faster. Um, there's way more teams as well, like a lot more travels than it used to be when I was there. But yeah, it's really competitive, and it's important for me. Otherwise, I would have probably said stop to it. But yeah, I think it changed in 10 years now. It's almost going to be 10 years for me. It changed a lot.
And you mentioned like this league in the state that American soccer is right now, the second division to be this good, to be this quick, to be this professional as far as the facilities, as far as the stadiums, the quality of pitches. I mean, the USL is doing it right in the championship level and the League One level as well. And we've seen the Super League come in and have success on the women's side. You come from France. Obviously, France a very deep rooted history of success in this sport across the world. I mean, growing up, your view of the United States and your view of our soccer culture, now that you've been here for, like you just said, 10 years, those preconceived notions, how does your childhood view of what U.S. soccer and if U.S. soccer, was even a thing in France at the time, how's that changed to now you entering 32 by the time you start the league year?
Um, so back then we didn't have really. It was not really talked about until Beckham went, Thierry Henry went, and even then it was not really televised. Not a lot of coverage. But then when I got here, a lot of people asking me when I was playing for New York Red Bulls or Cincinnati in MLS. It's like, how do you compare it to France? How do you compare it to Europe? I'm like, I don't know. I never really played in those leagues, but it has nothing to envy to them because you see nowadays like all those some big players going overseas and performing well. And this league for me, this league is growing. This league is going to be one of the biggest market in the world in terms of soccer. And I've keep repeating that since I would say 2016, 2017 when I entered the professional uh, environment of American soccer, and it didn't prove me wrong yet. So I'm pretty excited. That's why I'm still here. I think I enjoy the lifestyle, the competition, the high quality there is, and the evolving market that soccer in America is becoming.
Now, I want to go back to your time. You've mentioned MLS a couple of times, and obviously spending a lot of time there, both with New York and Cincinnati, has afforded you an opportunity to play at the highest level we have in the U.S. And you accounted for 52 goals, or I'm sorry, 52 appearances and 5 goals in your time with Cincinnati and New York. How much does your time in MLS benefit your experience and your leadership to be able to talk to some of the younger guys on Loudon and make you kind of one of the locker room guys?
Well, I think yeah, the experience I got from MLS teams is so valuable. I learned so much from amazing players that I played with, people that I looked up to, and mentors. And now it's my turn to pass those information and pass that experience on to the younger generation and the younger players. But yeah, when you work along alongside players like Brad Phillips, Sasha Kleshton at Red Bull, Mike Grella, Luis Robles, and I'm missing so many, but a lot of people that had so many experience in American soccer, but MLS, but also European experience. And then you go to Cincinnati, you play with Lucho Acosta and other players of his level. Is just unbelievable, and the amount of experience I got competing against them and training every day and playing alongside them in the weekend is just so valuable. So now it's my turn to give my knowledge away that I've gathered over the years to the younger players, and for me that's something I take pride of, seeing like those young players evolve and get better players, and go on to continue their journey at the highest level. Because for them, USL is a step to get to MLS and hopefully chase their dream if they want to go anywhere else.
And you mentioned the guys that you played with. Did you play with Dax McCarty? Was he still there when you got there?
He's one of the best, maybe the best captain and leader I've played with.
But I mean, just being around a lot of those guys, especially you as a younger player, absorbing that knowledge and passing it on, it's such a massive thing. I talked to Luis Hill. He plays for Spokane in League One. Like he was RSL forever. It's being at a top place and having experience and playing, not even just playing exclusively, but like just being in the locker room, experiencing training with those guys. It means so much, and we've seen that kind of manifest itself on this level. Um, I hate to go like retrospective talk, but you're going to be 32 by the time you guys play your first match. You've had a great career. You've won trophies. You've been a part of some really great teams. How do you reflect on playing here in the United States, and what will you take away from playing in both Major League Soccer and USL Championship?
Um, I think it's hard. Um, I'm living my dream, my childhood dream. So this, I'm just so thankful for doing what I do every day. I still look back and ask myself why in 2018 I suffered this injury, why I got back and worked so hard and got another injury in 2019. Like, why me? What did I do to deserve this? But at the end of the day, I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, and I'm going into, I think, my, I would say, ninth or 10th season now, and I know a lot of my friends back home. We all had the same dream of becoming professional soccer players or professional football players in Europe, but and they tell me like you're so lucky to do what you love, and I would love to be in your shoes. So every day it's just a pleasure to wake up and go to work. And my experience in MLS is serving me now to lead a team as Loudoun United, and then as I mentioned earlier, is to give back to the younger players so that they can move on and learn from me now, like the way I learned from those amazing players that played with the Red Bull. So I'm proud of what I've accomplished. I'm proud of what I had to overcome and what I've been through, and it's part of my journey. So I don't regret anything. I love it. I still love it to this day, thanks to Loudoun, uh, because I was about to retire like a year and a half ago. So yeah, I'm really thankful to still be there, still competing, still enjoying it. So yeah, I think thank you America for this chance, honestly.
I know I'm not in a position to say you're welcome because I don't represent very much of America. But hey, look, it's players like you that come into our structure, right? Because if it was just purely American players, it wouldn't be a great league, right? American players are getting better and better, but it takes really great international players to make a soccer league work. And we've seen that from the MLS level of all the great players. You mentioned David Beckham earlier, Thierry Henry, who came over and played for the Red Bulls. Like those guys made MLS what it was because of the star power and the skill level. But it's guys that come down from MLS to USL Championship. It's the same kind of effect, and it's the different cultures and the flair and the really the unique aspects of a particular player that may not be from the United States that makes a league. And obviously you've been that for Loudoun, you've been that for Miami, Red Bulls, Cincinnati, all these different places. I will ask, you said something there and kind of prompted kind of a follow-up. You were considering retirement before Loudoun. What was the sales pitch that Loudoun gave you to be able to get you in the building?
Um, it's a friend of mine who knew the coach and who I really trusted, who connected me with the coach here at Loudoun, so Ryan Martin, and we had a first chat on the phone, and I'm not gonna say it was great. It was not great. Didn't seem really excited and enthusiastic to having me join, and he felt the same way on the other hand. So I probably didn't sell myself the right way. But the way he told me he wanted to approach things and the way he wanted to play made me think, okay, let's give it one more time, one more try. And living near Washington, having a direct flight to home, and trying to enjoying life outside soccer and discovering something new was appealing to me. And I was like, okay, let's try it for one more year. And a few months in, I was like, I want to stay here. I like it. I like what
Yeah.
we're building. I like the team I'm playing with. I like I like everything about this place, and why not stay longer? So I think it was a great decision.
And now you don't have to answer this. You don't want to, right? And the Loudon people would probably love to know kind of an idea, especially the fans of how much longer they get with you. But you considered retirement once. Like, what is going to be the indicating signal to you that like, okay, maybe this is it?
At this point, it will be my body. My body will tell me I think it's probably time to consider stop, like retiring. But now I feel like as long as I have the passion and the love for the game, I can keep going. And then at the end of the day, it's not up to me who decides like if I stay or if I go. Unfortunately, today I'm here. Hopefully tomorrow I will too. But yeah, I'm on a 1 year deal. I'll do everything I can to achieve the goals that we are setting for this club, and I look beyond that at the end of the season.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. Stay healthy through the rest of the season, and then I mean, just I hope you guys win all your games. I mean, it's you're the one of the clubs I wanted to work with the most last year that we never got to do. We're kicking off the season with this year. So Florian, thank you so much. Again, stay healthy and have a great season.
Thank you, man. Hopefully, we'll have a lot of people coming March 29th. Because it's funny, we go on a road trip, what, the first 3 weeks of the season, and our first game is March 29th. I'm lucky enough so that my parents can come, so I'll be happy. So
That's
hopefully,
awesome.
we'll have a full packed house at Segra Field. That'll be fun.
Well, enjoy that. Be sure if you're in the Washington or Virginia area, make sure to go check out Loud March 29th for their season opener. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with us, man.
Thank you, Riley. Pleasure.
Thank you so much to everyone at Loudon for helping us get that done. Of course, thank you to Florian for making some time for us. If you're a fan of Loudoun United, thank you so much for watching the program today as well. We had a great conversation after the show was over, which always tends to happen. The cameras go off, everyone gets a little bit more comfortable. But we talked about ways to improve American soccer, and he almost had this like frustration in his voice that we weren't better as a country competing on the international stage. And there's so many different people in this country, and there's so many opportunities to have talent that put 11 guys together of 360. It's a shame that we just don't have it. And I agreed. And I am begging and pleading that the U.S. be better too. But he had some great plans for that. So hopefully one day we get to talk to him about that in a little bit more depth. So big shout out to Florian. Thank you again to everyone at Loudoun. If you're a fan of Loudoun, thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you'd like to get in touch with us on the internet, I am at Riley James IAC on Instagram and X. The show has its own Instagram account at USL on Goals. The parent company is at goals.tv on Instagram, at goals_TV on X, and so many great creators make a lot of really great content on this platform, including Eric Winaldo's brand new show, Unleashed, exclusively on www.goals.tv. I should also mention I have a lot of videos on this platform too. You should go watch that. United Soccer Lounge only on, again, goals.tv. That'll do it for us today. Thank you so much for hanging out. For Florian Valot, I'm Riley James. If anyone cares, we'll see you again next week.